Former President Donald Trump is facing fewer charges in the Georgia election interference case. This after a judge dismissed 6 charges from that sweeping indictment.
And many of you may be wondering right now, what does this mean for the case moving forward? 11 Alive investigator Zach Merchant is here to explain. Zach?
You're right. The case itself remains intact, and that's an important point. We've been asked a lot about that. Also important, every active defendant remains named in it, so nobody is out of the case because of this. But now some, including former President Donald Trump, face fewer charges after Judge Scott McAfee this morning dismissed 6 of the 41 counts from the original indictment.
The state, when they charge someone, has to put enough information in their charge to put that individual on notice of what they're alleging or what they said that they did.
In other words, according to former DeKalb County District Attorney Robert James, the law says prosecutors can't just accuse a defendant of committing a crime. They also have to include details about how they allege the crime actually happened.
If that charge isn't specific enough to put a defendant on notice, well, then that's not fair, right? Because they can't prepare a defense.
A group of defendants in the Fulton County election interference case, including former President Trump, argued that 6 counts in their original indictment did not meet that threshold. And in a ruling this morning, Judge Scott McAfee agreed, writing in his order that these 6 counts contain all the essential elements of the crimes, but fail to allege sufficient detail regarding the nature of their commission. He concluded that the counts, as written, do not give the defendants enough information to prepare their defenses intelligently. With his ruling, the 6 counts, all related to accusations that the defendants solicited public officers to violate their oaths of office, are now dismissed from the case. But James says the actual consequences might be limited.
Well, it has virtually no impact.
The former DA, who now works in private practice, says Fulton County prosecutors could quickly obtain a supplemental indictment with more specific language to reinstate the counts, or they could opt to move forward without them.
There are at least 34, 35 other counts, right? And so, there's still a case against all of these other individuals.